How's it guys? My name is Ian. I'm a Town & Country bodyboard team rider, and we're here today at Sandy's to talk about our bodyboard lineup. So the first board we have in our lineup is the Alpha. It starts all the way from a size 28 for the little brothers, all the way up to a size 44 for the big brothers. This is your entry-level board. Smaller Alphas, they'll have an EPS core, the HDPE skin, which is like a hard slick. What these things do is the slick, they're a little bit more resistant to trauma. Sand sliding will be fine if you do it. The EPS is good because if you leave it in the sun, it won't bake as quick as the other boards. Although I don't ever recommend you leaving your board in direct sunlight. You want to keep them cool at all times. The smaller models, there's no stringer, so it's perfect for the little guys that want to just get into riding. It'll be a little bit flexy for them, or if you want to go out and body surf with them too, you can maneuver something. So here we have the bigger size Alpha. They come in a 39 to 42. They have a single stringer and they have a flex core, which means they're gonna work right out of the package. You want flex on your boards. Like you can see the flex on that. The only problem is they're not gonna last you as long because they're an entry-level board. They're really flexy. They're gonna work right away, but they won't give you the longevity that you might be looking for. So the Alpha, they come in a pretty classic shape. Got little mini channels over here, regular crescent tail, kind of a thick rails, but they're gonna work. The channels, they kind of help your board grip the wave when you're planing in it, so you don't slide out as easy. So the Alphas, they also come in a 43 and 44 for the bigger guys, and for them we put in double stringer. And same thing, it's gonna work right out of the package, has good flex, but it might not last you a whole season. If you're just getting into it, you're not sure if you like bodyboarding yet, this is probably the board for you. Here we have the next board in our lineup. This one is the Ripa. It comes in a size 39 to 42. It's one of the higher end performance models. The difference between these and the Alphas is this is more for your experienced rider. They have mesh, a single stringer, skin tech, and channels. And basically what the mesh and skin tech do is it adds recoil and it helps to prevent the board from creasing. So when you take a heavy drop in the shore break like Sandy's, you're not gonna buckle your board as easy. It has a full crescent tail, and that basically helps when you drop knee, you don't slide out as easy, helps grip the wave. If you're trying to figure out what size to ride, I ride the 42 when the waves are small, like head high or under. Just think smaller board for bigger waves, and bigger board for smaller waves. If anything's barreling like Sandy's, I would probably go with the size 41 just to make it under my belly button, because that's kind of the size range you want. The smaller the board, the more control you have in the barrel. This is the board that I ride at Pipe, Bowls, Tahiti, wherever I'm going. It's a good all-around board. Here we have the Radfish. It's the other model in our lineup for the more advanced riders. It's the same shape as the Ripa, just the biggest difference, as you can obviously tell, is the tail. It comes in a size 39 to 42, has your mesh on the bottom, skin tech, single stringer, couple channels, and the biggest difference is this tail right here, this delta tail. And what this does, it acts as a pivot point to make maneuvering a little bit easier and releasing the board a little easier. So when you're trying to do spins in the barrel or just spins in general, it'll kind of release. The delta tail also kind of gives you a little bit more planing, so when you're riding and driving to the lip, it's gonna push you up a little higher. With the delta tail, it's still possible to drop knee on this board. Some guys that I know prefer it and they actually really rip on it. So it's possible. Don't think that just a crescent tail is the only way to drop knee. This board can do it all too. Because of this little tail right there, it adds a little bit more buoyancy. So get it a size down that you normally do. It's my second favorite board to ride, especially when the waves are big. Next board we got up today is the Shredda. Same thing with all the high performance boards we got, all the bells and whistles of this one though. It has the mesh, the skin tech, single stringer, channels, full crescent, but this one is geared more towards drop knee. As you can see, we have these little drop knee channels. It'll fit your knee right in there and hopefully stop it right there, and you kind of just fit into the groove. Also has these nose bulbs. So when you're proning, it just fits in your hand really well. The other thing to note about this board is the rails. It's a 60-40 rail, meaning more of the board sits in the water. When you're drop kneeing, you're kind of higher and you can do some snaps a little easier than you normally could. So the Shredda here, this one is a 41.5 and it's pretty much built for drop knee, but you can prone with it too. The Alphas, that's our entry level, so it's a little more affordable for guys who are trying to get into it. But like I said, they're just not gonna last you as long, but they'll be ripping right out the package. The other thing to note about these boards is because they have so much stuff on it, they're gonna be a little stiffer, and it might take a little longer to break in compared to a flexier board like the Alpha. So a tip I got for you guys is when you're storing them at your house or leading them up wherever, preferably stand them up on the nose. Because the tails are so sharp, if you stand it up on the tail, they're gonna get damaged, they're gonna get flattened out. And like I said, take care of your boards and they'll take care of you. Another quick tip I got is when you buy the board, they're really slippery when you get in the water. So what you could do is if you're at home, just wash it with soap and water. Or what I do is I just get a big bar of wax and I put a light coat on the entire thing, and you're good to go. Something else about the boards is generally, like I said, you want to get it below your pico, but it also depends on your weight too. If you're a heavier guy, you can afford to ride a bigger board. If you're a lighter guy, you're gonna want to ride a smaller board. Basically, when you bodyboard, you're steering with your legs, and if you're too light, you're just gonna be floating on the water too much, and you kind of want to have your legs in the water